Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I am super duper excited. I have a new digital and I really love it. It was inspired by this artist. I'm not even sure how to say his name, so I'm just going to show you the book. I got this particular book for $2 at a thrift store. Started to take it apart and found out that it's worth like more than that. I looked last night on Amazon, it's $25. So it's not like, oh my god, it's so expensive, but you know, normally I won't take apart a $25 book. But I already had done this, so, but I've stopped taking it apart and I've left these pages here. But I was looking through it the other day and I found these pictures of these mushrooms. I mean, I had seen them before, but you know how you forget what's in a book sometimes. And there's that one and that one. And so this just really inspired me. I was like, I want to do a journal and use these, but I don't want to use these. And I can't make a copy of them because that would be copyright infringement. So anyways, instead what I did is made my own kind of version. Obviously it is not that because I can't use that. But I have come up with a new digi. Because I loved the mushrooms. I wanted to do a mushroom journal. I decided when I couldn't decide what to do next, I decided a mushroom journal would be a lot of fun. And so I kind of obviously did the fall thing with the leaves, but that's really all this is mushrooms and leaves. So I feel like you could potentially use it other times of the year. Obviously the coloring and stuff does lend itself to fall very well, but it's not pumpkins and all the other things that go with fall. I just did the mushrooms and leaves, and then there's just like the little funny little plants, kind of like the way he drew some funny little plants down by his mushrooms, and I added leaves. I drew the mushrooms and the leaves myself, so those are all hand drawn. And so that's the first page, and then I just did a whole lot of collage in the background, and then you'll get kind of the plain version to use for background or backing the other page. Like if you want to, you could print it so that this would be on one side and this would be on the other, or you can mix them up. Obviously you can do it however you want. It's your journal. But anyway, there's that, and then there's this one. And if you see lines, I'm sorry, I'm still having problems with my printer. I factory reset it this morning, hoping that would help. I don't know. I've cleaned it, I've done all the things, but anyway, it was looking a little bit better. These ones I printed last night, so if you see lines, yours won't have the straight lines. And then this is the plain-ish version, but I liked how he had like circles and let me see, he does a lot of little flags, which I didn't do the little flags, but just, you know, you can see there's writing, so I've got some script and the circles and, you know, the little squiggly plants. So I obviously did not want to copy, but I just was very inspired by this look. So that's kind of what I was going for. And then there's this one with the little fat mushroom and some nice swirls and leaves. And then there's the, oh, this is what I wanted to show you. Sorry about the lines again, but this was on regular white copy paper, just nothing fancy. I think I bought it at Walmart, just white copy paper. This one is done on the Southworth cotton paper. Hold on just a minute and I'll grab that box. I forgot, I'm sorry. So this is what I get. Southworth. Natural is the color, and I've gone to the wove. I've used parchment in the past, but I'm really liking this. It's very cottony feeling, and I really like that. So that's what I buy, and I buy it in the packs of 500 on Amazon, but of course you don't have to get one that big. You can get it smaller than that. I don't know if you can get this wove anyplace else. I know the parchment a lot of times you can find at Walmart and Staples, I think it is. But anyway, it's Southworth. They just have great paper. So really anything you choose from there. Like if you prefer to print on white, then get the white. But you can see there's not, this is the copy paper and this is the parchment paper, which is a better quality paper. So it is a little bit crisper, I will say, and the color is a little bit better. But it's not a huge difference. So if all you can do is copy paper, then it doesn't look bad. So that's why there's two of those. I just wanted to show you guys the difference. And here's your more plain page without the mushrooms and leaves. And then here's our blue mushroom. This is my husband's favorite. He said he likes the blue mushrooms. So that's his favorite. And then we have the plain-ish page. I think I did the background on this one more blue than what it is on here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I did more of a blue background, just to give you more colorways so that everything doesn't look the same, you know what I mean? Here's another one, the little ladybug. And then here's just the wooden background with the circles and splatters and some words. And then here's one on an old newspaper crossword puzzle. My friend gave me those old newspapers, so I used one of those as a background, added other layers to it. Swirls, leaves, all the good stuff. And this one I kept the same color because it kind of had a blue tinge to begin with. So there's that. And then I also I'm calling these clusters, and you can see the lines really bad in this, but yours won't have these straight lines like that. I'm calling these clusters for lack of a better term. I'm not really sure what I want to call them, but they're just watercolored in the background. And then, you know, I've added some of the funny little leaves and little plants and whatever. So that's what I'm calling those, as clusters. These ones are a little bit larger. I've also done them in a smaller size. I thought these might be fun if you like to make cards. These would be great card fronts, and then you could just add a sentiment like Happy Thanksgiving or Happy Birthday, or, you know, whatever you like. So see here, I shrunk them down smaller. These might be better to use as ephemera, you know, on little journal decorations. And then I've also done the mushrooms in a couple sizes so that you can fussy cut those. And then I did the mushrooms big with just like a leaf or leaves. Oh, there's two leaves on each. This one has 3. But, you know, so you can cut those out and use them on your ephemera pieces for decoration. I've done some of these funny little these are the pages of the digital itself. I just shrunk them way down and just put like numbers on there. These are just some of the images shrunk down. I didn't do all of them, but I thought they might be fun to add on ephemera. And I've done a new envelope. It's like a tall envelope. It folds, the sides fold, and there's a little tiny black line right there to show you where it folds, but it just folds in. It's kind of like a tall coin envelope. So there's that one. And then I've done, you know, words in little frames with the same kind of a watercolor background and some leaves and whatever. And then there's also this kind of file folder concept. So this piece folds right down the middle right here. It'll just fold in half and makes kind of like a little file folder. And then these are the little pages that go into it, or journaling cards that go into it. This one, the tab's in the middle. This one, the tab's off to the side. So when they're in there, they're staggered. So that's that. And then here's just a page of tags and one large journaling card. And then we have our number 10 window envelope cover and our CD cover. Oh, I wanted to tell you for sure, when you print out your ephemera, like this page, I even did my CD cover like that. Tell it to put borders on it. Okay, not on your pages. If you want your pages to go all the way to the edge, make sure that you know, don't tell it to do the border thing. But you'll want it with these, because some of them, because I got them so full, which was my bad, but like it'll cut off part of these frames if you don't have the borders on there. And the same thing with this one, it likes to cut parts off. So I was just trying to fill up the pages and give you guys lots of goodies, you know. So just make sure that you print your ephemera pages with borders, and then your regular pages without borders, unless you want borders, of course. So anyways, that's what we have. I am gonna show you, I finished this. So this is all ready to go, and I will be putting it in my Etsy shop. It's the little envelope journal that Mary made, this large envelope and this large envelope, and I put them together and made a journal. And it's super simple, just writing journal. It could be used as a scrapbook too, because it really doesn't have, I did not decorate this one. It's all kind of what I would call naked. It's just ready for photos, writing, any ephemera you want to make for it. It's just wide open for that. I did do these couple of pieces that tuck in here, and this is one of my old posters, Autumn. And then there's a piece of paper in here that comes out. And then here's the envelope that we covered with some napkin, and there's a pocket there, so you can put whatever you want in that pocket. And then these pages are all blank. They're all colorful, you know, they're all dyed, but there's nothing on them. So they can be written on, they can be, you know, like I said, photos added to. You can add your own ephemera to them, decorate it up however you like. It's just all ready to go. And this is that one that we did together, and there's a 4x6 card, I don't know why I can't remember that, in there, and then another one in here that have been dyed, but they could still totally be decorated, or you can just write on them. What would be fun too is if you did like a Thanksgiving theme and maybe put some favorite recipes on these ones. So I don't know, anyway, just an idea. But then this flips up, you could write here as well, and like I said, put anything you want in there. The little sunflower kind of bends over to it's just glued on the bottom. So, and I might lift up these petals and just kind of run a stitch across those bottom ones, but that's about all. But it, like it says fall festivities, so I thought it would just be a fun one for maybe a family Thanksgiving or a baby's first fall, or, you know, you go to the pumpkin patch, whatever. So anyways, that will be in my shop hopefully by the time you see this. If not, it will be. All right, so I'm gonna go cut some stuff out and I'll be back to play with it. Okay, I am back, and I have chosen something out of my Colossal Tome of Concepts. And what I have chosen, and I'll tell you in just a minute what that is if you don't know, is this is a piece of paper that's cut 3 5/8 by 6 3/8. We're not gonna cut ours the same because the envelopes are different. These are just standard business envelopes that you can get at like Staples or Walmart or wherever. They're not the long ones, obviously. They're a little bit shorter, and I'll measure them for you. These ones are 6.5 by 3 and oh my gosh, I hate it when it does this. 1 2 3 4 5/8. Okay, 3 5/8, that direction. And that's just the standard size, but it doesn't matter. You can use any envelopes you want. You just need 2 envelopes the same size and a card in the middle that allows the 2 envelopes to pretty much, you know, become the same size. There's just this little lip over here where, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's just barely a lip there. Okay, and then that gets glued down, and all you do is attach the flaps of the envelope to that card base, and then you glue it into your journal. You could glue 3 sides and have a pocket at the top, or you could just glue it all the way down, and these flap, and you can cover these and then slit them open at the top or on the sides, to just however you want to do it. Okay, back to the Colossal Tome of Concepts, which I have coffee on. This was started by Dee Dee Farago, and I will leave a link to her channel below. She has a playlist that's called TCTC, the Colossal Tome of Concepts, and she's got videos from all different people doing this, and I've also done it as well. And so each week we did something for our Colossal Tome of Concepts, which is just an idea book. And this is how I've done mine. A lot of people set theirs up like a journal and they glued the items in, or just like you would in a journal. I've just clipped mine in, and you can see I've like added other things because this is easier for me. I can just pull it out. I can fully look at the piece, turn it over, figure out, you know, how it works, because you forget. I mean, we did this for weeks and weeks and weeks. And plus, after a while, it's been a while since I've done anything in here, you just forget about the stuff that's in here. So these are just all the ideas that I ended up doing. This is one I did not too long ago. This was the my doilies, my laser cut doilies, and I just put a brad through one of those little brads through right there with some paper to make kind of like a little notepad that you could just put into a pocket, you know, stuff like that. This one I think was a Christmas thing. Yeah, just all randomness. And this is the idea, the original idea for that frog journal that I did with the pieces of paper stitched to fabric. So there's just all kinds, a lot of book page pockets in here. So anyways, that's where I got that from. If you're wondering how I keep my ideas, this is it. It's not super organized, obviously, but at least they're all in one place and I can just flip through it or go through it and, you know, come up with a pocket that I haven't done for a while. So that's what we did today. All right, but what we're gonna do is use different size envelopes. We're gonna use a couple of the envelopes that Mary sent. She sent these nice creamy colored ones, and then I have this piece of cardstock. You could probably use like a 3x5 card and do this, whatever, but this is just a scrap. So we're gonna cut this down. It's just about the right size. If we attach these on here, I'm gonna cut the envelopes down, obviously. But you can see there's a fairly large gap there. So I just want to take a little bit off of this width-wise, and we'll see if it's a little bit better. And it's 4 1/8 is what I've cut it at. But it's all going to depend on the size of your envelopes. It really doesn't matter what I say the sizes of anything is, because it's all totally dependent on your envelopes. So I wouldn't worry about the size of whatever I have a whole lot. See, so now it's the right width. They're the same width as each other. Okay, so then we need to figure out the height. So our pages are usually about 8.5 by 11. So I'm thinking a pocket that's about, let's go with 6. I'm just going to go with 6. 6 inches high should be decent. And then I'm going to cut these envelopes down to 6 inches as well, and I'll have pieces left over that I can make into something else. So don't throw away your pieces when you do stuff like this, because these envelopes are not square. Surprise, surprise. So now I have an opening on my envelopes at the top. So it got chosen for me. Plus this is a different style of envelope than the ones I was using before. So I'm going to actually turn it this way. So I'll attach these flaps to the back, maybe if I can get my act together here, and then it will open. There's just a little tiny gap right there, but that's fine. It'll open and open like that, and then you can see we have this open space here. So what we're going to do is probably cover most of this, and just whatever we glue on to this part, we're just going to glue right along the edge of the flap and then on this part, so that it doesn't close up your pocket. You know, when you try to slide something in, you don't want it to be catching on that part. But that's as simple as that is. You could even take these other two pieces, if you use these long envelopes, and do the same thing, or you could add them, which maybe we'll do that. That'd be kind of fun, huh? And have like a flap that flaps out this way, whatever, turn them into their own individual pockets. So don't throw those away. Okay, I might attach that one to that. I don't know yet. Let's see here. And I didn't cut everything out. I just thought we could get started. And I know I usually do the 10-minute thing today, but I really wanted to play with this digital, and I realized as I was cutting it out, because I'm such a dork, that I forgot to include the leaves. So I may be doing an add-on for that kit. I mean, you can use other leaves too. It's not like you have to have my leaves, but it was just, I wanted to do the leaves like the mushrooms, you know, like this, but just the leaves by themselves. Totally spaced that. So yeah, good on me, right? I'm just going to go around these a little bit, try to go quickly. The backs don't matter because they're going to be on the back and you're not going to see them. Just make sure when you glue your flaps down that you glue them down real well, because you don't want, if you are going to use it as a pocket at the back, you want to make sure stuff isn't getting caught on those flaps. So how y'all doing? I didn't even ask you. I just got so wound up about the Digi that I totally spaced seeing how y'all were doing. I hope you're doing good. We're doing good around here. Just went to my daughter's first home game. Which, I mean, she doesn't play, obviously it's football, but she plays in the marching band. So yes, she was very happy that it was a home game. That's her favorite. They've gone on one away game. They won't go on anymore, but sometimes they do go. But that's not her favorite because she doesn't get any sleep, and it's too many people to a room, and it's just a pain in the rump, really. So, and they have to drive for hours and hours and hours and hours because they don't get flights like the football team does. Okay, so let's get these glued on. But yeah, it was a great game. We won. That's always fun. The kids were very jazzed. As were the spectators. It's always very loud at our stadium. Very full. Yeah, they sold out, which is incredible. I mean, all the seats aren't entirely taken because a lot of people buy like season passes, so they consider that seat obviously sold. But then, you know, for whatever reason, I'm going to use my X-Acto. They don't show up or whatever, you know. So it wasn't like every single seat was taken, but they said they sold out, so that was good. Why am I struggling with this today so much? I just want to cut off that little sliver. Okay. Now we can glue this side. I need to make sure I have my openings at the top. Both of them at the same spot anyway. Yeah, it's funny, I just realized that the leaves weren't in there. When I was cutting that out, I'm like, oh, you're such a ding-a-ling. Holy smokes. I kept thinking how did I get these so off? When I was doing that I was missing something. Well, that's because oh, I know why it's off, because it's not square. Well, we're going to try to square it up to this. That's not going to work either. I need to get this on a flat bottom before I totally screw it up entirely. Try to get it on this line here. Yeah, it's so wonky weird. It could be when I cut it too, because I'm not always the most reliably straight with that guillotine style cutter. For some reason they're real fuss budgety to get totally straight. Okay, I think I got it now. I should probably just start using a blade and a ruler, but old habits die hard, and I've been using the cutter forever. Is this gonna... Now it's acting weird for the closure too. So if that happens, you can just make it work. You're working whether you want to or not. Okay. See how crooked that envelope is? Isn't that funny? You always think all this stuff is all perfectly made. It's not. I mean, yes, there's definitely user error, I will admit. Alright, so what are we going to use on the front? I was thinking this guy would be kind of cool. And I have a large tag. I only have one tag, because that's all I did since I did different stuff this time. So that'll probably go in the front pocket, and then I'll make something for the back pocket. But let's put some kind of background on there. Oh, I know what I wanted to grab. Hold on just a second. some of this, which I also used in this digital, which you may have noticed or not, I don't know. Some of the circles are from this, so I thought they would be fun to include these in that. And this is just my painty paper. I showed you guys how I do this. Just kind of a fun thing to collage with. And this is a nice color envelope, so I can leave a little bit of space around. I don't have to go all the way edge to edge. And there's no weird blue print or anything on it, so that's nice. But yeah, it just makes a fun, oh my goodness, I don't know where I put my glue stick. Oh, it's right there in front of me. I'm telling you, I get so tunnel vision when I do a video. It's like, my goodness, just what is your problem? It was pretty warm the day of the game. I mean, it was lovely. The wind was blowing though, so that really helped cool it off, which is nice because sometimes that can get a little much. I know this is upside down, but I don't care because I'm going to tear the words off, so, and even if they're a few upside down, it's not the end of the world because you probably won't even see it once the mushroom goes on there. Yeah, I think I'll definitely have to do some leaves. I don't know what in the world. I think I just got too excited making clusters and all that, and then I spaced it on the leaves. That won't rip when it starts. And I'll put a little something else right in there. I'm going to tear this a little more. But yeah, they all did a great job. The band was excellent. They're smaller than they were previously though, which is kind of weird. They're usually like one of the biggest bands in their division. I guess not as many kids coming up or into band as were before. Oh, we need a little piece up there, huh? That'd be kind of cool. This is from my 1920 something digital. It's just got that nice turquoise. I don't need a lot. I don't really want to go that far over because I'm going to cover all that. No, I'm going to tear off the turquoise, but that's okay. I want to see more of the black spots, splotches. I thought I tore the bottom of this. Oh yeah, because that's not even the right one. What am I doing? Oh lordy. Okay, thank you for whoever was yelling at me. Some days I probably should not even turn on the camera. Ay, ay, ay. It's very nice today though. It's like it's supposed to be 83, but I don't even know if it's going to get that warm. Had the windows open all day, which is my favorite. Love that fresh air coming in. And finally, because we had a little bit of storms this weekend, a lot of the smoke has blown out. So yeah, it's finally like, I mean, there's still some smoke around the rim, but it's much better. Okay. And our little mushroom can go on there, and I think he'll look very cute. All right, do we want anything under it? I don't know. Maybe just a little bit of that. I think this is Tim Holtz. I'm not really positive. It's just got the, it's like dictionary or whatever on it. Dictionary words and stuff. I wonder if we want to use one of our little, if I want those or one of the other ones. What did I do with that? Maybe we'll just use our bingo bits, since I don't know where I set those. Oh, yeah. Let's do one of these. I think I like this one better. Yep, I like that. Gosh, it's already been 20 minutes. Try to do these quick, but I knew this, wasn't going to be any 10-minute daily. I may not get to decorating all of it, but at least you guys know how to put it together. It's a real simple pocket, luckily. I think I'll put that on last. Let's go next. Just a little bit. Gotta have some numbers. At least I do. I'm sure everybody else doesn't, but I do. I like to mess up the corners a little bit. Just think it's a little more interesting than straight, flat corners. Okay, so there's that. And then it will flip open. And I'll show you what I mean by this little do-ah-ditty right there, if I can do it right. I've done a million of them wrong, so this has some crazy picture. Am I gonna see that? I mean, I don't really care. It's a Reader's Digest. It's just got a nice patina on it. Just one little piece that will go down and can be covered and you're not going to be sad if you don't get to see every word of it. Oh, I just realized I have this sitting here. I think I want to use this instead. Sorry, I'll save that piece for something else. Let's use this. Every bit of this book page is wonderful. It's got all these old stains on it and everything. It's very cool. So we'll use that instead. And this I'll probably leave for writing, that little spot right there. Plus there will be journaling cards or tags in the pockets. Okay, so I'm going to put the glue on here because otherwise I mess it up every time. I'm going to put glue along this edge, which is what I was saying, and then along this edge. And then I'll kind of just, I think it'll come out to about here. Because if I put the glue on that piece of paper, I will glue the entire thing because that's what I do. So we're going to do it this way. Just about right, and there's a little bit here of glue, but that's fine because we're going to cover that too, but now at least my pocket's still usable. Alright, so what else do we want to put on this? Love that paper. I guess we might as well. This just goes really nicely with that. So I think I'll just keep using it. I like this blue section. I don't know why I'm using this one, but I am. That one's torn. One really wants to grab right there. Oh, I wanted to show you on those little clusters what I think is the best way to, I don't think that cutting them out would be very great because they have the feathery edges from the watercolor. So I think it's best to tear them out, like fussy tear them. I think you'll have better results. I mean, of course, do it the way you like, but just a thought. So see, like this one I tore around it. I just think that gives it a better look than trying to cut, because you'd have just real flat, straight edges, and I don't think that would be great. This one. I mean, that one's actually pretty good on there, huh? But yeah, you can see, I just tore it out. So I just think that's the best way to do those. And you can, like, crump up the edges, crump up. I don't know. Is that a word? I have no idea. Anyway, you know, kind of make them, put a little crease, or you could turn them with a little, if you had like a little dowel, or maybe around your, you know, just to get a little bend in them. I don't know, just a little interest there. Make them as not grungy or grungy as you like. Okay, do we want just maybe more numbers? And I think what I might do is just tear them. Let's use this. This is why I did that background the way I did on these bingo bits, because I thought at least if it had color you could just do this where you tear some of them out rather than cutting them out always, because you know sometimes you just want the idea of numbers are more random than you get when you cut them perfectly. I'm going to wrinkle them a little. My son's school also had a football game, and they also won. I was like, wow, Idaho was having a good day. That was pretty impressive. This is just some old bookkeeping planner type pages. He went to that game, so he was at the game at sort of the same time we were. So we were chatting back and forth about the band and whatever, because they got a pretty big band too. He's not in band anymore though. That wasn't really his thing. It was more my daughter's thing. But I mean, he enjoyed it while he did it in high school, but it's just not something he wanted to continue. Got some other paper stuck on there. I don't think it matters. It's getting covered anyway. I really just want it peeking out. Let's see. All right, there's that part. There's that piece, that one. You can write on this, so I'm going to leave that. I think I'll leave this one to write on. Not sure what I want to do here. What are we at? 31. Let's see. Let's maybe do this wood grained one. If I did this side, you could still potentially write on it. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that. Give me an idea of where I need to stare. It's my fancy measuring tool. Oopsie, that was not good. You have to hold it down, Amy. No matter how many times I do it, I still mess it up sometimes. Just one of those things. Is that? See, I did it. I swear, I am never gonna figure that out. Well, at least I caught myself before I glued it down entirely. Just put another piece of paper back there. Oh my gosh. Can't do it. I can't. Nan, stop laughing. I know she's laughing. Because she's watched me do these forever and she knows I can't do it. Since the beginning. Oops, I don't want to do that either. I think I'll turn it this way and let it hang out over the edge a little bit. That'll at least save me. Okay, now I need to trim that because somehow I got super crooked. Well, I think it was partially because I moved it over in a weird way. It's not wanting to cooperate with me. Gonna work. Wow, you gotta put glue on this part too, huh? That one got glued down. Oh, now I goobered that up. Doing good. It's all about what not to do. We could use another piece of this. I mean, we don't have to use all of it, and I'm not going to, but because I want to see that peachy color under there. Oh, and I didn't end up covering that part. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put see how you can fix all the things you mess up somehow. Might not be the right way, but oh my gosh. That one actually would look pretty good there. Take it down to the middle a little more. This needs to be torn though. Some days. That breaks very easily. That paper is old. But it's pretty neat. Tip it just a little bit. Don't put your dirty fingers on it. One good thing about the economy going in the toilet has been that the building has slowed down significantly here, which I know isn't really a good thing, but I'm just saying it's been a lot quieter around here, that's for sure. Okay. Because it was a booming quite a while. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. I do want to put something on this page, just, you know, kind of like we did this one. So you could write, but, or add something to it. I don't think you can write on those. This one I could. Did it again. You can't tear on top of stuff either, and I don't know why I still try to do that, even though I know it doesn't work. See, it worked just fine without something under there. Do I want that, or do I want that? I think I want the more plain. Then I can add just like a mushroom to it or something in the corner. Oh, I forgot about putting the other flap on. We could put it on this one. But I think we're running out of time, so. But that is an option. If you cut the bottoms off of your envelopes and you have some left, you can definitely add another flap or flip or whatever to it. Is this what I think, wasn't it? It's got writing on it, but it's in a different language, so I don't know. It's probably upside down now. Well, I meant to do that, that's what I'll say. It was supposed to be upside down. Yeah, the blue ones would be cool, huh? I like these little cluster things. Ooh. Kind of helps to put your finger, you know, if you don't want it to go past a certain distance. Just keeps it kind of. So that's obviously the larger size. This is the smaller size. like them with those edges curled over a little bit. Just makes it a little more interesting. Okay. Couldn't see it was right in the line of the camera or where the camera hits my eyes. Inky, inky fingers. Okay, there we have it. And then we'll put some thumb notches up at the tops for our pocket that's up here. So whatever we decide to put in here. I do that fairly evenly? Probably not. Oh, not too bad. For wingdinging it, right? I see a spot that needs some glue. If you can get the glue to come out. All right, so that's where we're at with that one. But anyways, I just thought you guys might like to see this pocket because it's kind of a fun one. So you can make it skinnier or fatter or whatever, make a tuck spot there if you want to, or just have it all the way glued down. But then you've got a couple of pockets and a place to write, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.